I'm now going to give an overview of how to use autoscan to tune in the channels onto the Xoro box. So the first step here is to pick up the remote control and press the menu button. And at that point there, we can go for the installation choice. And we'll come down to My Dish. And then we come down to the third option, which is None. And then we have an option here of Add Sat. So we press the red button to do this. And what we need to do is just simply scroll down to the Astra 2 satellite, which will be of interest to us, 28.2 degrees east. Click OK, and just go OK again. And now what we can do is we have an option to hit the blue button to scan. Okay, so we hit the blue button to scan, and it asks the scan mode and the program type. All are free to air only. Well, we'll go for free to air only because there's no point adding on all these extra channels which are encrypted unless we have a decryption card for it, which we don't. This is basically a free to air system. So what we do at this point here is we say, simply press the OK button to begin the scan. So now what it does is, pre-programmed inside the Xoro box, they'll have a list of maybe 75 or 80 transponders, and what it does is it works its way through each one of these transponders. So if we're looking at the information being displayed on the screen, it'll tell you the name of the satellite. The progress bar here will tell us that we're 7% through programming here, and the frequency then will tell us the frequency and also the symbol rate we're using. And as we come down along then, we can see also the strength of the particular signals, or the actual channels that we're adding on, and the total list of channels added to date, and also the number of radio stations here on the right hand side. Now what you'll find here is that an enormous amount of radio stations and television stations will be pulled in, and a lot of them will fall into a category of either repetition, so you'll have maybe 6 versions of Channel 4, where it'll be very little interest to you to have 6 different. The reason that you might have 6 versions of Channel 4 or something like this would normally be it's a commercial reason by the companies, the broadcasting companies, where they try to have the regional version being broadcast for the north of England, something like that, so they can target the advertising there, and it's more advantageous for them financially. But for the actual user himself, Channel 4 is Channel 4 effectively, so you'll end up deleting large versions, and also a lot of channels are either unsuitable or they're just at such low quality they'll never be of interest to you, so you might as well remove them from the list. So the overall quantity in terms of channels you'll pick up would probably be in the region of about 250, 300 channels on the television side, and less on the radio side, and you simply delete the ones that are of no interest. So we'll just let this work through the entire process now. Now this is a standard definition satellite receiver, so only standard definition channels will be picked up on it. So it just works through. Now this whole process from beginning to end will probably take in the region of 3 to 4 minutes, okay? Now a great thing about this box is, and I'll show the feature on it later, this is not typically how professionals will install this box, in terms of you can buy this box pre-programmed, so you can skip out in this entire process, or if you're a professional installer using these boxes, you simply use a USB key and program it with a USB key, which is obviously a much faster way of doing it, where you simply imprint the channel list from the USB key directly onto the box, so that's considerably faster. Okay, we can see we're now coming to the end of the tuning in process. So the number of television channels we're after pulling in would be in the region of about 320, and in terms of the radio channels about 116. So if we come along here and just hit the OK button, we can see at the bottom of the list 327 channels, top of the list here is this, and if we do the exit button here now, we can simply hit the TV radio button, it'll flick us over, and once again we'll see we have about 141 channels, many of which can be deleted because it just won't be of interest to us. So the next step, so it's quite interesting in terms of if you have a catastrophic mistake or something like that, you can just go through the autoscan and it'll tune in all those extra channels for you, or you can do it yourself and then you can manually sort them afterwards. So the next videos we'll have in the thing will show us how to organize these channels or manually add on other ones. But that's it from beginning to end, using autoscan to tune in the Xoro box for the Astra 2 satellite.